All right, what is up, guys? I think we are live now because I just tried and I think I had it on private. But welcome, guys. My name is Tyler and I'm with Truth and Life Paranormal. I just wanted to have a talk today, go over what's going on this weekend on 9/11, guys. We are going to be at a location that is very, very special to Matt and I because, well, we had a lot of stuff happen that were unexplained, I should say. So let me just switch over to this. As you can see my little analytics view here, but that's not what I want to see. But guys, we will be at the Acadia Ranch this weekend, and I wanted to just do a live stream and get your guys' attention because we might be doing a live stream depending on if we have service, because we go to these places all the time and they're always out in the middle of nowhere where we have no service, so we can never live stream, it seems. So last time we were here, we didn't do a live stream. We just had to go the old camera route, get our evidence we could. But you guys, if you guys seen this investigation, this was a lot of stuff that happened. I wouldn't say that it was paranormal, but it was unexplained for sure. So it was leaning towards that, possibility. Make sure. I wouldn't say that it was paranormal, but it was. All right, guys. I just want to make sure I was on here just fine. But guys, if you're not watching, or if you're coming in after the live has already been done, we might be doing a live stream. So just catch that this weekend. We will schedule it ahead of time, but again, depends on the service out there, because last time I didn't have service, so we'll see what happens with it. I don't know yet. It just could have been my service at the time, so we'll try. Yeah. So guys, I just wanted to go over why this place is so special to us in regards to the unexplained that happened. You guys have probably already seen my analysis video on this, but I just wanted to catch you guys' attention because this weekend we will be going live if we are able to. So this place, I will say, is very, I don't know, special, because we've been to places that are supposed to be more haunted, and we've had more things happen at this place unexplained wise than we did at some of these bigger places like the Gila County Jail and Globe. We did have some stuff. That episode has not been released yet, so be on the lookout for that investigation. But this place here, I'm not going to say that Gila County Jail didn't have anything happen. You guys will just have to see that happen. But this place was on the top for us because didn't expect it. We came into this place and we just didn't know what to expect. I've been wanting to go to this place for a long time at the time we investigated, because I just saw it in some places all over the internet, and it's not popular. I don't know why, because there's a lot of claims at this place that you just don't see at other places. So to why this place hasn't been more on the map, I'm confused. I don't know, maybe we had a very, very rare occurrence when we were here. I don't know. But anyways, what is up, Matt? Matt is in the chat tonight. He couldn't be with us, so he'll be listening in on us as we talk. So give a shout out, guys. But yeah, I don't even know what to start with this place, because when we first got here, I'll fast forward here a little bit. I probably should just go over a little bit of the claims that are going on here. Let me see if I can find that. Let this play out a little bit.
History, accidents, and TB death.
So this newspaper article here was actually going over this place. This says Wednesday, April 19, 1978. So since at least that long, weird stuff has been happening at this place here. Let's see. You hear different goings on around here. Which, when we were here, we heard weird stuff going on. It just sounded like people were just walking around, living their life. You know, it just sounds like on hardwood floor, people just walking, and it's just like, what's the purpose of that? It didn't ever make any sense to me. But she said he likes to walk up and down the long front porch. The center of activity for George is associated with in a front bedroom, which was used as an early morgue in the early 1900s, according to Ramsey. So Miss Ramsey, I think she lived at this place for a while, and she dubbed the ghost George, I believe. That's just who they called. There's no explanation of why that is, but you know, you just name ghosts, I guess, over time. That's just how things start, really. If you think about any other place, people just dub their names sometimes. I don't even know. But doors open and close. That's been another thing that supposedly happened here on video. There was an investigator sitting in one of the, well, it's the hospital room, I should say, where they have all the hospital gear, and they were sitting in there in the wheelchair, and she claims that the ghost or spirit or whatever the discarnate being was just opened a door with no one there. And I was there, and that door that she claimed was, it's kind of on video, but it's kind of not. It's kind of shut off, so you can't really see if anybody's really coming in. But let me show you guys where this chair right here she was sitting in. So I was trying to recreate that same exact scenario with Matt sitting across, me sitting in this chair, and the door's across the way over here, as you see my mouse moving. And you know, we didn't see any of that happen. We closed the door to see if it would happen, but that door is, you know, not heavy, but it is heavy. So it does take some force to open that door. We were hoping to catch that this night, but at this point in time here, I think I'm just sitting in the chair trying to get something to happen. Sorry guys. I'm going to pull that off because we don't want to watch ads on here. Alright. It's lasted longer than the ones they have today. So yeah guys, I'm sitting in this chair here just trying to talk to any discarnate beings in the you know, room. If there's a male spirit, your spirit, I don't know if you know that, knock on that door please. So did you hear that, or is that just me thinking I heard something?
I heard it too on my left shoulder.
That's what I'm saying, it was somewhere that way.
Yeah.
Knock on that door please. Knock on that door please. So it's very low there, guys.
After 15 minutes inside the hospital.
But there was, I think, yeah, I just stated how long we were in there for. We waited for a little bit, and we probably heard one movement, and that doesn't really mean anything. It could have just been, you know, the floor settling or whatever. So at that exact point, there was nothing really happening. But this is the same room where I'm talking about the door that was caught closing and whatnot. But later on in the investigation, we moved back in there again. And we just heard movement, just nonstop. At least I did. Matt was kind of behind the door, so he wasn't able to hear as much as I was. But at this time, I had placed a voice recorder over outside the door, just on a little ledge right next to the door, to capture any sort of voices or movement we couldn't hear with our own ears, or noises that could be captured, you know, easier while we're sitting in the room. So around this time, it's 3 a.m. We were waiting for what they call the witching hour in the spirit world and all that, just to see if anything were to happen. I want you to just live life out there in those hallways the way you would. Walk, talk. Who is this George fellow everyone calls George? Who is that? If that person is in here still, I mean, I heard there was a lot of movement from something when renovations started in here back in the day. Can you make a noise if you can hear me?
Hear that? Shh. Hear that? Shh.
Is that George?
Hear that? Hear that? Hear that? Hear that? Hear that? Hear that?
Hello? Okay, so what I'm going to say here with that is, yeah, we hear a sound when we walk in here. We were just walking on the floor in there, so maybe it could have possibly been, the floor settling, foundation settling. It is wood floor. It's kind of the older wood, so it's a possibility. All right, so let's keep with that. Let's say it was that. Let's just keep going.
During our time in this room, we heard unexplained noises, maybe footsteps, and other movement, as if someone or something was moving around in the rooms.
So I just explained it. After that, we kept hearing it after so many minutes.
Did you hear that?
I just heard a wind gust, so I'm wondering if it's the door in the back. Okay, so as you guys see here, I'm literally stating that I'm hearing wind, so I'm looking back, listening to the wind blow. And we did have the back door. It was a screen door, like an old screen door that was, shut, and then I think it was a bigger door that was open, but I'm hearing what sounds like the screen door opening, blowing open or shut. So at this time, I'm really not sure what that noise is. All I know is I hear the wind picking up. In my head, it's something to do with the door that is kind of open. The screen door is shut. Was it blowing open? I don't know. Possibly.
Did you hear that?
It almost sounds like somebody sharpening it, like
I'm
a
wondering
knife
if
or
it's the
something.
door in the back.
Which is creepy
If you're
in itself.
in there,
but,
can you come in here and shut that door that's in front of us? I would appreciate that.
So here, guys, I'm just trying to talk to anything that, if it's possibly a spirit making those noises, I want to communicate, see if we can get something to happen. So that's what I'm doing.
It sounded like I heard something in there.
So there, guys, that sounded like a footstep to me. There should not be any sounds of thumping going on at all. It didn't sound like foundation settling. It didn't sound like a door moving. That time it sounded like literal footsteps on the floor. I don't know how else to, state it, but that's what it was. I can sit there all day and try to say it was something else, but it wouldn't make sense.
Right now. Move.
I might want like that. So I'm saying I moved there. Alright, so there's going to be another ad play, and I don't want to play that out loud, so hold on. Commercial break, guys. Hey, Spirit Stalker and Adventures with Beth, how are you guys doing today? Alright. Now, I'm hearing movement, what sounds like footsteps again, guys, and I don't know why. I'm looking over at Matt like, hey, do you hear this too? Because I didn't want to say anything. And, we picked it up, so I'm looking over like, Matt, say something, because I'm hearing it. And I want to verify that we're hearing the same thing. But I don't think Matt could hear any of that movement out there.
No, I don't.
It's crazy.
I'm not gonna.
So I said, it's crazy he didn't hear it, because I'm hearing it with my own ears. And it's loud to me.
Funnel right here.
I'm curious to go out there and see if there's any doors that are shut. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
So, hearing all that movement and then, me walking, I've never heard movement like that so consistently. It was only a few of them. but it wasn't. I have never had it so consistent like that and not be able to explain it. So I'm just gonna play this through here, guys, because after we walk through, what I'm doing here actually is looking through if anything was moved, because we heard all that movement.
It's so quiet in here. Walls are so nice and
Investigating any sort of movement or any signs of any movement. Those were all in the same spot. I'm looking at the doors.
The doors are all in the same place.
So just notice that I just said all the doors in the same place. I was expecting to see this door kind of open or something. And from, my memory, it's been about a year since we've been here. So from my memory, that door did not ever move from the time we had walked out, because across the way here where I'm about to point was another door at some point in time where it had seemed to move from my recollection, but they're in the same place.
I don't know what any of those noises were around here.
And then this leading up's different. I've never heard this before.
That door's in the same spot.
So again, we are walking on the floor, but could that have possibly vibrated the case next to Matt here? Anyways, when I turn around, it sounds like something just like vibrated the floor and ran out of the place.
Did you do that? You heard it though, right?
Yeah, I heard it.
Who's moaning?
And then I start hearing moans again. I don't know. This was a very weird place. Yeah, spirits. It sounded like a giggle, but I think it was more like the glass case shaking, and it was weird. The only other way it could have been a noise like that is if Matt had actually bumped into it. When I looked, he wasn't close to it in that way, so that's why I asked if he did it. Matt says I'm not going back. Too scary. Well, we are going back. You're already stuck. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm hearing all these events.
Did you just hear that moan?
Did you hear it?
I did too.
Don't know. But this is why I'm excited to go back, because I've just not ever had something so consistent. This could have been like one of those nights you just get lucky, and then we could possibly go back and nothing actually happens. But I'm just hoping that's not the case. So that is an instance where we had weird, claims of doors shutting and being in that same room, and then having those movements. And that's not even all through that night. But again, guys, if you want to be here live Saturday, we're gonna try to investigate live with you guys at this place again. It's been about a year since we've been here, so if you guys want to join in, make sure you subscribe, and if you haven't, if you have, just make sure you hit that bell notification so when we go live, you get the notification. But this Saturday, we're going to make it a very big priority to live stream, because we'll be there for a while. So we will be here, guys. If you guys want to see possibility, and we're going to try to hit it hard too. Like, we're going to try different things. I should have brought my papers in with me to read some of the stuff that the previous owners here would say. They said they would vacuum in this hallway here.
Did you hear that? Somebody just told.
Okay, so anyways, this main foyer hallway here, the previous owners actually owned the house at one point, would say every time they pull out a vacuum, they would, the sound of the vacuum, right? They would start hearing what sounds like somebody pacing back and forth around here. And apparently they said it's George and he does not like vacuums. So, for instance, we might be playing vacuum sounds in here over a Bose speaker or whatever Matt has. and see what we get. Like, we're gonna try different things out. We're not just gonna go in here and, you know, walk around. We're gonna try things. Also, like Matt says, we're gonna put the Boo Bear. If you guys know what the Boo Bear is, it's a bear, you know, a plush bear with it can sense temperature changes. It can sense possible spirit voices, EVPs, and when you touch it, it will say something. So we're gonna put that bear in here one time when we're not in there, and just let it roll, let it talk, because it talks too, and see if anything touches it or pushes it over. We're gonna try different stuff like this, because what we're trying to do is get more concrete evidence. Yes, we have all this movement happening. Yes, it's weird, but what does it prove? It just proves it's unexplained. Like, it could have been something else. And we'll have more cameras this time. There was a point in time where I swear there was a door that was open, and then when I come back, it's shut halfway. So let me see here if I can find it. No, it's after that. Sorry guys, I know this doesn't look good on the camera. Spirit Stalker, we are in Arizona. The Phoenix area, I should say. Now don't say you're from Arizona too, because that would just be weird. Matt, where is the video? There it is. Okay. Okay, so here, guys, this is where I noticed a door that was like halfway shut when I figured it shouldn't be, because that door is pretty heavy. And I come back and I'm like, you can see in my face, like, what the heck? And I'll show you why I'm thinking this way, because we're on video walking out of this room and the door was open.
Nope.
So I just asked Matt, did you shut that door? And he said, nope.
Why is the door so far?
So look, this door is like literally halfway shut at this point in time. Now watch how heavy it is, because I'm pretty sure it was pushed all the way
I
back.
don't know.
As I am returning with the light, I notice the freezer door is halfway shut. Could we have hit it on our way out and made it shut? Or was this due to some paranormal activity?
And that's hard to do. Do it again. I hear somebody talking on the...
You did?
Uh-huh.
What I'm saying is, look, you have to, it locks at one point, and then it starts moving, and look, it goes to the same spot it was at. Now again,
Well, we're telling them to close the door.
yeah, we were saying to close the door to these spirits throughout the night, because we're trying to get them to do what, you know, they're said to do. And Spirit Stalker says I'm from Texas. Okay, or you're in Texas, I'm sorry. Yeah, we want to go to Texas too, because there's a few places I want to visit in Texas. So give us your best location in Texas, and then we'll look into going there, because I want to go. Texas is big, has some history to it. I really want to go to Texas.
Didn't we?
But anyways, guys, back to the door. So notice how it was halfway shut. Let me go back to where we had walked out. And it's just weird that every point I go to on this video, guys, there's something happening, because at this point I noticed there's a light off down the way. It's one of those I forget what, I don't know if they're motion sensor lights, are they, Matt? Those lights, the light that we had go out. But anyways, he had put a light on. Matt says those lights should stay on for a long time. They weren't really on for a long time at this point.
There you go.
So I say, hey, do those lights go off? And he looks down the hallway and says, they sure are. But he thought I said, is the light off? So I went to go investigate that. We walk out the door, and you'll see Matt not hit the door.
Hey, does that light go off by itself?
For sure. No. Good.
Come on, let's go. Who turned off that light? See, guys, if we had heard, I don't think we ever panned back over there only until after we came back in. But if Matt had hit that door, we probably heard it for sure. And we didn't hear that. So we walk around for a little bit, trying to investigate why this light over here on the stove down here is on. The light on the stove is magnetic.
Who turned off the light?
Sticking to it.
I don't know. How did it turn off? Did they die?
No. It's got it goes like hours and hours, dude. Something drove it.
It's not coming
Dead?
off. Yeah, it's not coming off.
Oh, no way it can be dead, dude. These things last, it's hot too. These things last like a long time. There's no way that thing could shut off like that.
So again, we had just walked back in to, I think, change out the light because I think that's why it's so bright now. Oh, that's what I'm walking in with. And that's when I realized the door is like halfway shut.
Nope.
And again, guys, we didn't hear any door movement because we have the spirit box going. And of course, that is really loud. We have that PSV 11 going, and it's just loud. So all we hear is that. Maybe they didn't like the noise. Spirit Stalker. I'm going to stay at the Haunted Emily Morgan Hotel this weekend. I'll have to look up that place. If you're on Facebook or anything, Spirit Stalker, message me at the Truth and Life Paranormal page, and I want to see what places we could possibly look into, because I do want to go to Texas. So if you can go over our Facebook page and message me if you have one, or Instagram, either way, we're on both. But I'd like to see what places are good to go to. Matthew says, holy shit.
Huh?
But anyways, that's one instance too where we were just like, what? Like, that shouldn't be happening. Let's see what else. Oh, well, at this point, Matt and I are doing a PSB 11 session on, inside where this room is where actually TB patients were sitting and laying down in bed as they were recovering from their sickness. This was a TB hospital too, on top of a post office at one point, a hotel, I think, and something else. And people have lived here. It used to be an old ranch house where, who knows who's been in and out of this place. It's a mining town too. But anyways, this is where they actually stored the patients, the patients to actually recover. So there were beds in here, and Matt is literally sitting a spot where they would actually lay. There was a point in time when we were doing the spirit box session, Matt and I see over in this area, to the corner of our eyes, like a shadow that was just sitting here, and all of a sudden you just see it move. We didn't catch it on camera. We just noted it because we were facing the wrong way at the time. We're going to a commercial, guys, so hold on. Gosh, they play so much. Alright.
The spirit box session was quiet throughout the night.
Yes, it was. So let's forward it.
Or what town we are in right now?
I think this is where it was at.
Did you hear that little voice underneath all that?
Were people sick in here?
What?
Were people sick in here? We don't know no mumbo jumbo here. Come on now.
Did you see like a shadow?
We did.
Matt and I both see a shadow moved.
So Matt moved at the exact time I was in my head saying I just saw something move. And you saw his head jerk because there was some sort of shadow. When I recollect this scene here that's going on, I just remember there was a dark thing sitting there like it was looking at us or something, and it just flew off. That's how I can explain it. I didn't see it appear there. I didn't see it manifest at all. It was just there and then left, which was weird. But Matt's reaction tells it. There was something there. We just didn't have the camera in
We
the right
unfortunately
spot.
did not catch this shadow on camera.
But again, guys, the same spot here is where this picture was taken of the people in the beds. Right here. So Matt is literally sitting like right in here somewhere, facing, out where they're facing. So there were beds lined up here, and people went to Oracle, Arizona, and this is why this was a TB hospital, because they believed the air was great for their health. They thought the air would help them, and today we know the case, the air is really not going to do much. So there were people that recovered in this place, and there were people who actually died, and they actually had the morgue in this place where they would wait for the people to come pick them up and take them to Tucson where they could do the cremation or whatever they did back in the day, or the burial. Okay. Alright, Spirit Sucker, I will check that out after this. I'll be in communication. Thank you for that. And so again, guys, if anyone's new that just jumped into this live stream, this Saturday, 9/11, I will be planning the time. We are Arizona time, so I think we're like 3 hours ahead of Eastern time. And so just plan accordingly. It will be scheduled, so just look out for it. This Saturday, though, Saturday night at this place, live stream, guys. Don't know how long, don't know when we'll start yet, but it will be there. Okay, let's see. Trying to think. Oh, let's just go to the beginning, because even in the beginning of this, right as we're starting, like after I'm just done setting up some equipment, getting equipment out, Matt is actually already recording, and I'm still trying to get equipment dug out. So we'll just start here, and this is what we start hearing.
Something was scuffling around over there.
Yeah, I think we're we're behind 3 hours. Yes. I don't know what I said earlier.
Yeah.
Too much thinking going on, Beth. Too much thinking. Yes, it's only 9:19 here. So yeah, we're behind 3 hours.
I heard that. Did you hear knocks?
No, I heard a knock
That's what I said.
over here.
So it's not the floor creak, it's the noise after that. You hear like a knock.
Okay, hold on. Let's.
But again, we do hear a knock again, which I think is coming from this little wall that's sticking out, and it might be just popping from the floor being walked on. But listen, Matt is walking in here. He says hello, and he hears somebody say hello back, I guess. I didn't hear it at the time, but on the camera it sounds very manly, I should say. So just take a listen to this. I don't even know. You guys might want to have headphones on for this stuff too, because it's a lot of audio captures.
Hello? Did you hear that?
What?
Somebody just told me hello back.
Really?
Yeah. Hello? Can you do that again?
So this is where I'm trying to say, all right, I need to hurry up because there's some weird stuff going on already.
We appreciate you talking to us.
I'm gonna try to communicate with him real quick. and
Okay.
see.
So yeah, nothing really happened after that. We didn't get any kind of EMF hits in here at all during the walkthrough. At this point, I'm walking through with the K2 meter, and I'm not getting any sorts of
Juices. or
explained
something.
EMF hits. So that's good in case we ever get something to actually go to red later on in this place, because that could be possibly paranormal. So guys, this is why I'm making this live stream today or tonight, because I want to make sure I get you guys to know this place was very special to us in regards to the unexplained things that did happen here. And I'm excited and I want to share it with you guys because, you know, we're the real deal. We don't fake anything, and we want to share with you guys through live stream what we're doing and what we may catch or may not catch. So this place was special, and I don't know why it's not more blown up in regards to some of the places, you know, in Arizona. Hold on, let this ad play, because Matt will say this is probably one of our best places we have been. Wouldn't you agree, Matt? Hi, Damaris. But on top of that, guys, I think during the live stream, when we do the live stream too, we may just have one of us at a time coming into this house by ourselves, and hopefully the energy that we may be feeling, like kind of on edge, scared in a way, not knowing what's going to happen, may actually elevate the activity a little bit, because we didn't do that last time. We were supposed to come in here alone on this night. We just never did. We're going to do that and see if it elevates the activity with our emotions and you know, our energy levels changing like that. Never know. But this place, don't know what to say.
A loud one.
But it gets me excited just thinking about it.
Anytime.
So, again, no K2 hits. This is a weird spot, but it's not really worth mentioning. Oh, I'll mention this because this was kind of a weird situation here for me. So I'm going to get another device. I think I was getting the red pod at this time. It's like the REM pod, but it's called the red pod. And then I just feel like all over my head, like static, just through my head down towards like my arms. It was kind of the weirdest. It's almost like I walked in some energy field.
I'm not lying right now.
Don't tell me.
Look at my hair.
Yeah. I'm feeling the same way.
It just feels electric, like very electric over here right now.
Yeah, and I feel it right around the area there where you were at too.
My hair all over it just felt this.
What's weird about this, guys, I didn't catch this until after I edited the video, but this is the same exact spot where we caught that shadow. So, I mean, coincidence maybe, but something about this corner here, Matt will probably agree. There's something about this. That's the same exact spot where the bed were, you know, laying too.
In my upper body.
And those are the windows behind me.
All right, let's switch this to the music.
So that's the red pod. I'm trying to get something,
So this device.
because there was a boy who apparently got shot by accident. I should say he shot himself. His father was letting him, I mean, he was playing. I guess his father had the gun out. The kid got a hold of the gun, ended up shooting himself in the, I think the head, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, it's kind of a sad story, but he's buried, I guess, somewhere along the road, somewhere, you know, near this place. But at this place, he shot himself. So what I'm trying to do is just see if there's any sort of spirit, little child-wise. I'm trying to interact with them, to play with the ball. And I changed the red pod to a musical note tone, so if they play with it, it'll make music sounds.
This right here will alert us.
And as we're, you know, doing that, Matt starts acting funny. I'm like, Matt, are you okay? Like, just not making sense. And then we hear what sounds like the ghost meter, EMF meter go off, and I didn't hear it at the time, so I don't know. Let me see if I can find that for you. Okay, it was beforehand, but
Dimension somewhere. I feel like you're not listening to what I'm saying or something. Like you're in another dimension somewhere.
so if you heard that sound, guys, that was a ghost meter, and I didn't hear it during the time. We never even mentioned it going off. So there was a point in time where we also heard like a girl's voice, and when I first got here, I heard what sounded like a girl playing somewhere, but you know, just getting there, so that's what I just assumed it was. And then we hear like what sounds like a little girl again during the time. We also even heard a moan like earlier, like later on in the video, like we were just showing you guys. We heard a moan, but this is where we initially heard the first one. And I should say when we were there, the moan was so much more full, and it actually sounded like someone was in pain and they were dying. And now when we caught it on the voice recorder, it didn't sound as full, but it's still there. Yeah, Matt and I do plan on sleeping in here. That's what we're going to do before we have to head out.
What is that?
It was a moan.
Okay, guys, so we're hearing a moan right now come through. Let's see if I picked it up on here.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Alright guys, commercial break. But that was the moan we heard. Guys, we were in here for like 7 hours this night. I enjoyed the time there.
I'm not like.
Sorry guys, the ad is still going on. I thought I hit it.
Before we do that,
But we were in there for 7
Who's
hours.
moaning?
It was a
is that a patient?
fun time.
I used to work at a hospital.
Scary at some points because you just didn't know what to expect next, but we are going here Saturday, guys, so watch out for the notification because it will be scheduled. I want you guys there because if anything were to happen, I want it on live because that would be the best evidence right there. So I think that's it for now, guys. Just making sure I'm not missing anything. Well, the introduction just gave me an idea what to check out here. So there was a point in time Matt and I were walking into the back of the to the freezer.
Where?
Right here.
Oh, it's a daddy long legs stuff.
That's not no daddy long legs, man.
That is?
And I'm scared of bugs, specifically spiders, and I'm just seeing spiders all over the place
Yeah, it's a daddy long legs.
in the dark.
That is a spider. I don't see daddy long legs do that.
Sure. I touched
Daddy
it.
long legs are like.
I touched
literally
it. Didn't,
long-
that's a baby daddy long legs. Did you know that they're related to the black widow?
I don't know, man. I just hate spiders, dude.
So I think I'm investigating the spots before I actually sit down in this freezer because it's nothing but like concrete and
Are
dirt.
you in here?
So as I'm walking in, Matt and I just start hearing the most weirdest sounds I've ever heard in my life.
What was that? Sound like
Oh,
a
shh,
beep.
shh.
Sound like somebody laughed.
No. The sound kept going, but you kept talking.
So here it is.
What was that? What was that? What was that?
So
Hello?
I mean, it could have been like maybe an animal on top of the building or something walking, but there was just too much noise. Someone mentioned it sounded like an old like wagon wheel just approaching. I mean, it makes sense. It does sound like that. It sounded like voices at the time we were there, voices and something just moving. Don't know. This is why I'm saying this is like the most unexplained place we've ever been to. These are unexplained events. I don't want to say paranormal yet, but if I'm being honest, this unexplained is leaning more towards the paranormal than explained. But again, that's why we're going again, because I believe going more than once to a location. I don't think one time's going to do it because, yeah, let's say, you know, we catch a movement, but we can't pinpoint exactly where it's coming from, or, you know, we did see that a door had possibly moved, but we don't know for sure. That's why going 2 or 3 times or even more, when you gather that concise, concrete stuff happening over and over and over, then you have more a more chance of it being something paranormal. So, guys, I just wanted to show you this tonight because this is where we're going. Saturday again. We will be doing another investigation kind of episode like this again on top of our live stream, because the live stream won't be all night, but it will be for a little bit of time for sure. So guys, I hope you will be there for us, so you can witness this in case anything were to happen on the live. That's going to be great. You guys are witnesses to this. And also, I do have a website, guys. You guys can go visit. It's a WordPress site at the moment, but it's truthandlifeparanormal.wordpress.com. It's going to be truthandlifeparanormal.com very soon. That's where I put all my written analysis on these places, so that, you know, yeah, we have a video, but I want to write about it too, in case for some reason technology gives out one day and, you know, we don't have everything like technology to use to spread our work. So I take this seriously, guys, and I want you guys to be there for us. Yep, tell you guys as friends, you know, share. And if they like the paranormal this Saturday, get them over to my channel to subscribe, and, you know, join us on this journey. Again, guys, it depends on the service out there. I know my phone struggles a little bit, so we might have to try to use Matt's. He probably has better service out there than me. So it depends on the service. If we don't go live for some reason, then that tells you we did not have the service. All these places are always out in the middle of nowhere. So, yeah, I think that's about it. Matt, do you have anything to tell these people before we head out? If you guys ever want to become Patreon members too, I do have a Patreon. I think it's in the description below. I think $2 there's a $2 tier and a $5 tier, and you guys get behind the scene footage, and you guys get first dibs on being told what's going to happen, and the next investigation video coming out will be premiered on Patreon before it goes to YouTube, so you get those kind of benefits. Yes, we thank you. So if that's it, I'm going to call it. And guys, again, we'll be going to the Acadia Ranch this Saturday. Join us on the live stream for a health resort. And we'll be at this place having some fun. So I think that's it, guys. Anybody have any questions before I head out? All right. Saturday, guys. Be there. Be there. I'd enjoy it. You guys will enjoy it too. All right. Okay, guys. I'm heading out. Have a good night. See you guys Saturday.